Hi
Hi
guys,
and welcome back to another video on the channel. And today we are on Bloxburg giving some tips. So please, before we start, just make sure to subscribe, like and hit that notification bell so then you're notified when we post new videos like this one. So let's get straight into the video. Tip number 1 is don't build a square or rectangular house.
Because it's not realistic.
So here's a square house that a lot of people would build. They'd go like this, they'd go like that, they'd go like that. This is more of like a rectangle house. Now there's a way to prevent this though. So you can come around here and you can like build a little bit of a different house that's got like a few like nooks and knobs, different places to go and everything. So then that means you are helping yourself out when it comes to building in Bloxburg. Let me just quickly finish building this. This is a lot more original than what a house like this would be. So now let's get straight into number 2. Have an idea. So having an original idea means that maybe like if you need Google to inspire you or something like that, go on Google, have a look at a few images, stuff, all of that stuff, have a few images, like look at some interiors, some exteriors, maybe have an idea of what sort of house, like suburban, modern, and all them. Maybe have an idea like what size and stuff. And this will take us to our next idea, to have plants. Use plants in your house.
You should use plants because it makes it look more better and everything like that.
So right here, you're going to decorate decorations, and let me just type up plant in the search bar. And having a plant makes it look a lot more organic, and there's like many different types of plants that you can have. Like there's some cool ones, maybe some that are for modern houses, some that aren't. And you can see here that you can choose what sort of plant you want, but it just makes it look nice, cool, just inspiring that people want to come into your house and they want to have a look at, like, it makes it look more realistic in a way. Now, don't use too bright lights. Now, Bradley, talk about
Because it would just be too light, and like say if you're role playing with someone, it might be too light for them.
So white lights are initially bad to use. They just are too light and they're just not good. They're just not right for role playing and stuff. So let's just quickly put our light in.
Also, it can make it feel like not so much of a family home.
It can, definitely. So let's just quickly get our lights in now. So the main thing is just that you're going to use a light that's good enough that, like, the initial colour of the lights are this yellowy colour, which are okay. And yes, normally a lot of people do know lights to be that yellow sort of colour. But let's just see. Let's put this one like bright white, and then let's put this one a little bit like a fossil colour. So now let's just let's go in now and have a look. So this is the white light when I can turn it on. It's not letting me do. I actually literally just glitched out of my own. But you can see in there that it's white. Now that I've just got to go into build mode. I did not know. So then that's like a white light, and that's like really bright. But however, like when you have a little bit of a grey, you can see that it's not giving as much light out. So that's why we definitely encourage you to that's why we definitely encourage you to do better lights, like linen and stuff. They're really good lights. Now, next up is spend money wisely. So if you're going to spend some money, and like on the same thing with 2 counters, so you have this one here, basic counter, and you have a stylish counter. use the basic counter, because then that means you'll have money for other like special stuff, like if you wanted an office or something, then you'd have the money for that. So spend your money wisely and make sure that you're going to be careful with what you spend, right?
Yeah, definitely. Because it's no good, like, you have to always look at your money when you're building and make sure that sometimes it's better just to do one working session, and then you won't lose your train of thought of what you're trying to build.
Okay, so the next one is don't build too big a house, which we basically showed you before. So don't use like your whole plot to build like a massive house like that, and then so on and so on. Now I don't have a lot of money left, so I'm not going to example. But don't build a too big of a house. Instead, build a nice small house, which we saw earlier. So I'll build this example a big house because it's kind of there's a point for it. So you don't want to build like a big house like when you start hitting your $100 and like all of that. You don't really want to go like that. Then have like a massive house like that, and so on, so on. You don't want to have something like that. It's just not right. Not the right thing to do. So that's why you want to be careful. Now let's go on to the Bloxburg wiki. So what does the Bloxburg wiki do?
The Bloxburg wiki like tells you information about the game, and I haven't really had much looks on there, but it tells you a bit about the game.
Okay, so now we're going to be moving on to the distance from the road. So it will just like show you a few things, whether you want to have it here, whether you want to have it more.
Don't build your house too close to the road, or then there's no like, because it's too close to the road, and then like say if you wanna like walk in with a little bit of a walkway, or if you wanna have like ramps up to your house, you can't have that because the walls are too close to the road.
Some people do this. They just build it their house like this, and they think that it's all going to be good. But then in the end, really, like when you're out of it, you look here, and I mean it's not really that good. You're just like literally confronted with the wall straight away. So that's why it's not good. I would go for this middle one about here, where you want to have your house, or maybe even a little bit further back, maybe a few more blocks further back. Just because then that means you can have like a garden or stuff. Even though you can have a back, but a front garden also makes your house look really nice. Now the final one is varying the colours. Vary your colours. So this house across the road right here hasn't varied their colours, except there. But when you vary your colours, not a lot, it makes your house look very odd. So there's some good colours that you can use. So there's like black and white and all that stuff is good for modern houses. And then of course don't forget about the materials as well. So some of my favourite materials for like I do like these bricks. Concrete is also one of my favourites. And then like concrete for the floor, and then planks long are also, I don't know where they are, I'm just going to type up planks. Yeah, planks long. I also really like planks long. And then I mean of course you can change the colour of them as well, so like if you want like the planks long to be white, you can do that. So that's what you mean by varying the colours and the material, just making it look good. Like, so then that means you're going to have something good in your house. Now, finally, let's get on to the game passes. So we're going to talk about excellent employee. So let's start by talking about excellent employee.
You get more money, and also your promotion rates go up, I think 2 times higher, or maybe something like that. It's a pretty good game pass if you are out working a lot, for your friend to donate money, or for your house.
So then with excellent employee you can get more money and build bigger, better houses. Now let's get on to premium. So premium allows you to have a premium name tag above your head, like Silent Silver and Ice Block, and I have one as well. And then when you type in chat, you get a premium name tag and red when you talk. Halved bills and times 2 double the daily rewards. So say for example on day 5 you used to get 20 block bucks, now you get 40 block bucks. So it's also good for building houses especially as well. Now we're going to rate them at the end. Large plots. So I do have large plot, and let's talk a bit more about large plot.
So large plot, if you see this little faint line here, that goes across over here and here.
So yeah,
That
this
is
white line.
small plot, but
Yeah.
then with large plot you get this extra bit over here.
Okay, so this white line over here on the further edge, that is what large plot gives you. So this line here is the smaller one. That's the small plot which you get. The larger one is bigger, so then like you might be able to want to build like a school or something like that. So large plot is good, but if you're not going to use it, it's definitely not worth it. Now let's go to multiple floors.
Multiple floors allows you to build multiple stories on your house up to I think 5 maybe.
Yeah, it's 5.
And it's really helpful if you like to build big, tall houses, or you just or if you just want a 1-story, you just have a 1-story. It's totally your choice, but multiple floors, in my opinion, is very good, and it's definitely worth the Robux.
So you can go up to 5 floors, which I'm not going to do because otherwise it'll be wasting a little bit of my money. But it is definitely worth it though. Now we're going to talk about unlocked stereos.
So unlocked stereo is where you can put custom music if you buy the radio, and you can also do it in your car if you want to. So if you're doing a role play, you can like put it on, and then it would be like better.
So basically, if I were to put a radio down, it would come up with the music list that you can use for free. But unlocked radio stereo means that you can put in IDs for worldwide music. Now, advanced placing. Now, this is another really good one. So I'm just going to show you quickly. So advanced placing gives you the chance to put items technically inside of items. Like I can put this table right there, when without advanced placement you could never do that. So now that you can see here that I've got a table, and if I was to turn off advanced placement, I would never be able to do that. So I can't place it inside the table. I have to place it next to the table a fair bit away. So with advanced placement is 100% worth it in my opinion, but we'll get to our ratings at the end. Now let's go onto basements now.
So basement is where well, none of us have it, but it's where you can go underground, and then you can build underground. Well, like say if you want a secret vent, you can build underground and then no one can see it but you.
As well as a trap. Okay, so now let's get into rating the game passes. So, excellent employee. I'm going to rate excellent employee a 9 out of 10 just because you get more money and it's great for building houses. Ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 9 out of 10 as well. I'm going to rate it an 8 out of 10 because sometimes it is useful, sometimes it isn't.
Okay, now let's get into premium. I'm going to rate premium a 10 out of 10. Just because like you get a bunch of stuff in a small price, 400 Robux.
I'm gonna rate premium a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna rate premium a 9 out of 10 because you do your bills halve, you get better daily rewards, and you get a premium name tag, and you get to choose the slot where you are, but it's not a 10 out of 10 for me.
Now, large plot. I'm going to rate large plot a 6 out of 10 because it's not a necessity. That's probably one of the last game passes that you could probably get. So I'm going to rate it a 6 out of 10 just because it's not a necessity. You can still go really well building a nice house on a small plot.
I'm gonna rate it a 7 out of 10 because if you want to build a small house, you don't really need it. But then if you want to build a big house, you do need it.
And small is better than big, in my opinion, because it's less money, so then you can buy your bills.
I'm gonna rate large plot a 7 out of 10 because it can be useful.
Okay, now let's go to multiple floors. I'm going to rate multiple floors a 10 out of 10 because you can build up to 5 floors. So it's really good when you, I wouldn't use all the 5 floors, but I like it. So then like if you're building a hotel, you can have more floors, but I do like it just because you can build bigger houses and not go as big as the 1-story house. Go a little bit smaller, but a bit higher. So yeah, 10 out of 10.
I'm gonna rate multiple floors a 9 out of 10 because if you just want to build like a 1-story house or a 1-story house, well then you don't need. But then if you want a 2, 3, 4, or 5, well you don't really need 4 or 5 if you're doing like a house. But if you're doing like a hotel or something like that, you will need it. So I'm gonna rate multiple floors a 9.5 out of 10.
Okay, we're hitting the points now. Okay, unlock stereo. I'm going to rate this one a 3 out of 10. It's not very useful. It's just a little bit. For 400 Robux, it is not worth it at all. Because you can just put Spotify music on, and that's a lot better than putting on that custom music, in my opinion. It's not worth the Robux.
I rate it a 4 out of 10. I rate it a 6 out of 10 because it is good for like role players who like music in the car and they want everyone to hear it.
Okay, on to advanced placement now. I'm going to rate advanced placement a 7 out of 10. It's not the best game pass, but it is still very good. But it's not the biggest necessity around.
I'm going to rate advanced placing a 10 out of 10. I'm going to rate advanced placing an 8 out of 10 as well because it's pretty good, but you can where you see the 4 squares, you can make that it'll make it smaller blocks and then it will be easier to build.
Okay, on to the final one. Game basements. So I'm gonna rate basements a 6 out of 10. It's not a necessity, but it is good. But like if you wanted to have an underground bunker or something like that, it is good for that reason.
I'm gonna rate it a 5 out of 10. I'm gonna rate it a 6 out of 10.
Okay, so thank you for watching today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe so then you do get notified. So we're just going to quickly go over the amount of Robux that these cost. Excellent Employee, 300 Robux. Premium, 400 Robux. Large Plot, 250 Robux. Multiple Floors, 300 Robux. Unlock Stereo, 400 Robux. Advanced Placing, 200 Robux. Basements, 100 Robux. So thank you for watching. Please make sure to like, subscribe, turn notification bells on so you get notified when we post a new video. That is going to be it for today's video though. So bye guys. Bye.